Hello. Okay. Happy Thursday, everyone. How are you all doing?
I am extremely tired, but I finally released a big article that I've been working on for the past week, and so I got like 2 hours of sleep last night leading up to it.
Oh, wow. What's the article about?
Uh, if you've heard in the news at various points in the last really the last year about big crypto hacks, I found a particularly critical bug in a sorry, so tired cryptocurrency project called Optimism, and I got awarded a $2 million bug bounty for it. So I've
What?
been frantically putting together all of the finalized disclosures of it, coordinating with the company and everything. So
That's incredible, Jay. My good. And did you post that somewhere that we can all access?
I posted on my Facebook page, but it's also on Twitter, on my website, sork.com.
That is amazing. How much time does something like that take you to do?
So it takes a long time to find issues, and in this case, it's something that I've been kind of working with this project for months now, trying to integrate various other pieces of technology that I'm working on with it. And then when you decide that there's something that's kind of fishy going on, it can take a while to really dig in and analyze why that's actually like whether there's an issue going on there, much less why it is. And then I've put a lot of effort into the like the write up and article, and then you've got to coordinate with all the different vendors in order to make certain it gets patched safely. So
Wow. I love hearing about these things that are so beyond my knowledge base, but it's just fascinating. See how you do it. That's great. Good morning, everybody who's joining us. We're talking about Jay's latest mentat efforts and fixing the interwebs. I think, Jay, that's what I would call it. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Great. Bella, thank you for joining us. I don't know if you pronounce it Bella or Bella. That's my niece's name too. Thank you for joining us from the IVCRC. We're going to get started in just a moment. I hope that you all have a copy of the agenda. It's going to be a little bit different this morning because we're going to actually have just a little bit of time with our new Supervisor Hart. He is only going to be with us until 12 o'clock. So we're going to start off as usual with our welcome and land acknowledgement, and then we'll move into welcoming Supervisor Hart and his staff and hearing from them for a little bit. And after that, we'll resume our usual introductions and announcements and the rest of the agenda. And I will actually post the agenda on the chat just in case anybody needs access to it. So we've got about 14 people on board right now. So I will start in just another moment or so. Hello, Supervisor Hart.
Hi.
Hello, welcome.
It's nice to see everybody.
Thank you so much. It is great to see you and have you with us. Welcome. I was just reviewing the agenda, letting folks know that we're going to do a quick land acknowledgement, as we always do when we get started. And then Supervisor Hart, we would love to have some time with you just to welcome you and, of course, learn a little bit more about you and, and anything in terms of vision that you have for the work with Isla Vista, or anything that you want to give us an update on in terms of the county. So we'd welcome that from you once we get going.
Good deal. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Wonderful. So thank you, everyone. So let us begin then the agenda, beginning with the land acknowledgement. And I'll start by saying, again, welcome to the Isla Vista Community Network monthly meeting on February 10th. And my name is Diana Collins Puente. I serve as the chair of Ivcn. We would like to acknowledge that this meeting is being held on the traditional lands of the Chumash people and pay our respects to elders, both past and present. We honor the traditional territory as well as the story and contributions of the Chumash people to the land upon which we gather and create. Thank you. And with that, then we'll move on to the next piece, which, as I said, we get the opportunity to welcome our new county supervisor, our new representative from the 2nd District, to doing this work with Isla Vista and the Isla Vista Community Network. So welcome, Supervisor Hart. We would love to hear from you, and then of course open up the discussion for anybody else who would like to welcome you into this space. But we're very happy to have you. I think you're quite familiar with Isla Vista and our very unique environment and our very community oriented and community led work. And so really look forward to engaging with you. And I will just turn the mic over to you.
Well, Diana, thanks for the kind introduction. It's wonderful to be with everybody together. Soon, we're going to actually be able to get together in person. Things are looking much better in regards to COVID, and I know we're all excited about this transition, hopefully back to some sense of normalcy. I've been out in Isla Vista a couple of times just in the last month, doing tours, meeting folks, trying to connect with the community that I love. I started my political career in Isla Vista. I was a member of the Isla Vista Community Council, was appointed by Bill Wallace when he was supervisor representing the 3rd District. And I obviously attended UCSB and Gaucho and just feel really connected to Isla Vista all this time. It's one of the most interesting, creative, cool, beautiful places in our county. And I really look forward to representing you on the Board of Supervisors. And I know many of you work closely with a lot of you, and just think that we're going to hit the ground running. I've been working closely with Joan Hartman and her team on the transition, and my team is really well versed in Isla Vista as well. We're all connected personally. I know you all know Ethan Bertrand, who's on the Isla Vista Community Services District as an elected leader, and then Ashley Cruzel is on our team as well, on the D2 team. She is a Gaucho and worked in Isla Vista on campaigns and elections and is still connected. And then Chris Henson, it was the chief of staff to Doreen Farr, who was representing the 3rd District. So our institutional memory in the 2nd District actually goes back as long as it needs to go, longer than most of us have been around. And I just feel like we're going to be hitting the ground running, and a great collaborator and a partner with all the wonderful work that you're doing for the community. So I guess maybe I'll just stop there. I could go on and on and on, but I think you all know me, or I'm certainly a known quantity. I'm looking around at the faces of who have I known the longest, and it might be Lanny, but I don't even know for sure. So why don't I just answer questions if I can?
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And perhaps we can do since we're not a very large group right now, perhaps we could do a very quick round of intros just so that you know kind of who is with us today, and then open that up for discussion or for any questions that folks might have. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Thank you.
Wonderful. So then let me begin with Jay.
Hello, I'm Jay Freeman. I'm on the boards of the Isla Vista Community Services District and the Local Agency Formation Commission, though I am representing neither here today. I am only here in my personal capacity.
It's great to see you again, Jay. How you doing?
Thank you. And then Katarina. And after that, Lisa Oglesby.
I'm Katarina Zamora with the Alcohol and Drug Program under Behavioral Wellness in the county. We have a long history with meeting and helping the community with alcohol and drug issues.
Katarina, nice to meet you in person. I was just on a Zoom call with Tony Navarro, your new director of behavioral wellness.
New director, yes, we love her.
Well, you're a key player in providing services to the Isla Vista community, so it's great to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. And going on to Lisa O, and after that, Jonathan Aboud.
Hi there, Lisa Oglesby. I am the board president of the Elvis Food Cooperative. here in my official capacity, whatever that might be. So great to see you and nice to meet you as well.
Lisa, nice to meet you. We were out at the food co-op a couple of weeks ago and wanted to say hi, but you were busy working someplace else, and we just spontaneously dropped by. So, but I've been a customer, I will be a customer, and what a fabulous resource you provide the whole community, not just the Isla Vista community.
Well, I'd love to catch up with you on the patio sometime. That sounds great.
Sounds good. I'll make a point of that.
Thank you, Lisa. And then we'll go on to Jonathan, and after that, Viviana.
Hi, Supervisor Hart. Thank you for being here with us today.
Jonathan, thank you. We've been regular conversation partners in the last month, so it's nice to see you as well.
I'm camera off eating lunch. That was my resolution, get lunch in at 12.
I appreciate you doing it off camera. It's always kind of perplexing people who eat lunch on Zoom meetings, so thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Viviana, and then we'll go to Sydney.
Viviana Marzano, Director of Civic and Community Engagement, Isla Vista Liaison and Senior Advisor to Campus Orgs. And I want to thank Supervisor Hart and his staff. We got a weird call 2 days ago at the office about a dead seal on the beach next to the 6500 block of DP in the stairs. And the students had gone everywhere. I couldn't find out who could come and pick up the dead seal. So I immediately emailed Ethan. Ethan emailed Ashley. Ashley talked to the Director of Animal Services, and in 24 hours, we were able to connect the students with the services. So thank you very much.
That's another example of my great team. Thank you, Viviana, for thinking of us and reaching out. It's great to know that these things are worked out well.
Thank you, Viviana. And next we'll do Sydney. After that, Lenny.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Sydney Kassler, and I am the Community Engagement Director for Isla Vista Community Services District. And it's nice to meet you, and I look forward to working with you and collaborating with you and your team.
Thank you, Sydney. It's nice to meet you as well. And the Community Services District is really well represented here today. That's great.
Thank you so much, Sydney. And Lenny? After that, Demi.
Lanny, you're muted. You got to unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Supervisor Hart, Lanny Ebenstein. As you said, I think we've known each other for about 30 years or more, since we were both elected officials in the early 1990s. And I've appreciated the opportunity to work with you during that time period. I'm currently on the board of directors of the Isla Vista Community Development Corporation and teach at UCSB. In Isla Vista, I should add, in spring at the Ivy Theater.
Great to see you again, Lanny. And Lanny is one of the most creative elected officials that I've ever met. He's always constantly thinking 4 chess moves ahead as to how to do big things and for the community. So it's going to be great to work together, specifically in Isla Vista.
Thank you. Thank you, Lanny. And next we go to Demi, and after that, Spencer.
Hi there, my name is Demi Kane. I'm the coordinator for the Isla Vista Coalition for Healthy Communities 805. We're a community coalition that is focusing on youth substance use prevention. So we work really closely with Kata, Behavioral Wellness, Jackie with UCSB's Alcohol and Drug Program, and I work out of the St. George Youth Center. So we're very closely connected with youth and families within Isla Vista, as well as some parts of Goleta. So welcome.
Thank you, Demi. It's nice to meet you and look forward to working together on helping people stay healthy.
Thank you so much. Next, Spencer, and then Kim.
Hi, Greg. Great to see you. I'm Spencer Brandt. I'm the president of the Isla Vista Community Services District. And where to start? I have an update later that I'll share about everything that's going on right now. So I'll leave it at that. But it's great to see you and excited to be working with you and the team of the 2nd District Office.
Spencer, it's great to see you as well. And we have worked together for years now. It's a great partnership. So looking forward to new, good, exciting things together.
Thank you. And next we'll have Kim and then Lisa Osborne.
Hi, Supervisor Hart. I'm Kim Equinoa, and I work at UCSB's Dean of Students Office as an Associate Dean of Student Life. It's great to have you here and great to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well. I'm meeting with Chancellor Yang later this afternoon too. So
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Kim. Lisa,
Great to see you. We've already had you on Inside Isla Vista. Dick Flax did the interview with you. I could post the replay in the chat. I'm Lisa with KCSB Radio, and I'm happy to say we're actually back in the studio because we're on our fund drive right now. So we did our first Inside Isla Vista show pretty much live in the past 2 years last night, and we'll be live for news tonight. So we're excited about that, and it's great to see you.
Thanks, Lisa. Congratulations on getting back in the office and stuff. I know that's a big hurdle that's finally overcome.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next, I'll call on Jackie, and after that, Shannon.
Hi there. Hello, Supervisor Hart. I'm Jackie Kurta. I run the UCSB Alcohol and Drug Program, which is part of Student Health. And we are a counseling, education, prevention, and recovery program. We operate the Gauchos for Recovery program, and which is a collegiate recovery program, really well, quite robust and serves the community well. We've been operating a very active naloxone overdose prevention program with significant distribution to both UCSB community and the community at large. So we look forward to all the collaborations that always come out of this great team, and look forward to meeting with you and introducing more of what we do.
Well, thank you, Jackie, for that introduction. It's great to hear about your program, and I know you and Katerina must work very closely together.
Thank you so much, Jackie. And then we'll go on to Shannon, and after Shannon, Omari, please.
Hello. I know we met a couple weeks ago, but I'm Shannon. Pronouns are she, her. I currently serve as the External Vice President for Local Affairs and Associated Students at UCSB. A lot of the work I do is representing student needs to like administration, but as well as all the people here on this call, and really just seeing how I can connect things going on with the university, with what's going on in Isla Vista, making sure everyone's on the same page, as well as just anything, projects students want in IV. That's kind of what I'm working on.
Well, Shannon, it's really nice to see you again, and thanks for taking so much time the other day to bring me up to date about what you're working on and how we can collaborate together.
Thank you, Shannon. Supervisor Hart, I want to just note that it is 12:01, and I know that you have another commitment, and so I'm just wondering if we should keep going with this round of introductions, or would this be better for us to stop now so that we can come back to you the next time that you're able to join us?
Well, I'm available, anytime. I am tight today, so I'll admit that. We're kind of close to the end of the introductions. I'd hate to cut off anybody before they got the chance to say hi. Maybe I'll be shorter with my chatty conversational introduction part. So if you don't mind, let's just blitz through saying hi, and then I'll come back another time and we'll have a more in-depth conversation about things.
Sounds great. Perfect. And please don't cut down your responses. It's great to know all the relationships that are already existing and the new relationships to come. So thank you. So the next we'll go to Omari, and after that, Ash, if that's okay.
All right. Hello, Omari Pryor. I'm the Prevention and Communication Manager, the UCSB Alcohol and Drug Program. I work in Jackie's program. We work together very well to work to inform students and educate them. I also supervise our peer educators, and we work really hard to show them, all of everything they don't know, I should say.
Nice to meet you, Omari. I look forward to working together, and your peer counselors are super powerful tools to use in this information exchange, because people like to hear from folks who are close to them.
That's right. Thank you so much, Omari. Ash, and then Bea.
Hello, welcome. I'm Ash, pronouns they, them. I'm part of a community and student initiative for a equitable and sustainable just transition called Vista. We had a pretty good relationship with Joan, so I'd love to tell you more about it later. I'm also on the boards of the Rec and Park District and the student housing co-ops. So yeah.
It's great to see you again as well, too. You're looking nice today.
Thank you so much, Ash. Bea, and then Danielle.
Hello, I'm here to represent the Isla Vista Community Relations Committee. We put on community events and sponsor other people who want to put on community events, like the Pardall Carnival and other things like that every year.
Nice to meet you, Beth. Look
Thank
forward to joining the events. Please invite me.
IVCRC does the best events. It's great. I know they have a Bradal Carnival coming up as well. So that would be great to see that again. Thank you, Bea. Continuing on then with Danielle and then Raul.
Hi, my name is Danielle Perez. I'm a current undergrad student here at UCSB, and I'm interning at the St. George Youth Center under Demi and Raul. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know, I got cut off there. Maybe not, but nice to meet you.
Great. Yes, Danielle, sounds like you might have been cut off, but thank you for that. And please jump back on if there's anything else, but thank you. And then we'll move on to Raul, and after Raul, Kirsten.
Hello, nice to meet you. I am the program director here at the St. George Youth Center, where we offer after-school tutoring and programming free of cost for local youth. And I'm also the project grant director for IV's Coalition of Healthy Families 805. And I look forward to the upcoming year.
Nice to meet you, Raul. I look forward to coming and visiting and seeing the program firsthand. So we'll put that on my calendar soon.
All right, awesome.
Thank you, Raul. And then we have Kirsten, and after that, Ashley.
Hi, good afternoon, Supervisor Hart and Chris and Ashley. Welcome to the IV Community Network meeting. So my name is Kirsten Deschler. I'm Director of Government Relations at UC Santa Barbara, and I'm also the Chancellor's representative on the IV CST. So fun times in IV.
Kirsten, you're busy as always, and it's great to see you. And thanks for helping set up the meeting with Chancellor Yang. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kirsten. We'll go to Ashley and then Chris.
Hi, my name is Ashley Cruzel. I work for Supervisor Hart. It's great to see some familiar faces, and I'm super excited to work in Isla Vista again.
Yay, Ashley, thank you.
Good afternoon, Chris Henson with Supervisor Hart's office. As Greg mentioned, we've been out to IV a couple times now, which was a lot of fun. I missed the area and I missed the issues. So looking forward to working with you.
Thank you so much, Chris. Chris and Ashley, it's great to see you after a few years of our AB3, AB2. What are we talking about? AB3 meetings? AB2.
AB3.
AB3.
I've lost track. So good to see you all again. And it's so great to see this whole team gathered back in Isla Vista. So again, thank you so much. And just to reiterate, we do this meeting every month on the second Thursday. We always have a slot available for the Second District County Supervisor's Office to have space in the agenda for anything that you want to convey, any conversations you want to have with us, and of course, to learn about all of the amazing things that are happening in Isla Vista. So thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you again for the next one.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Look forward to working. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Likewise. Take care. Wonderful. And I'm sorry, I think Anna, I apologize. I think I missed Anna, and there's a few more people that joined. So for anyone that is just joining us, we just are in the middle of introductions. We got to hear and welcome Supervisor Hart and his staff to the Ivy Community Network and to the Isla Vista community. And so we'll just finish off the introductions and then move on to the rest of the agenda. So I will call next on Anna, followed by Lori.
Oh, hi, this is Anna, and where I'm working, the connection seems to work best if I'm not visible to you except as a logo. So hello, and I'm with Isla Vista Arts, a program that supports a number of initiatives that bring the arts into the community of Isla Vista for its betterment for everyone, I hope. Nice to see you all.
Thank you very much, Anna. It's great to have you. And Lori and then Luis.
Hi, everyone. This is Lori Goodman. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And I'm the executive director of the Isla Vista Youth Projects. And I'm glad to be here today.
Thank you, Lori. It's great to have you. And Luis, you're next.
Hi, Luis Valerio, Recreation Coordinator for the Isla Vista Rec and Park District. I'm also here with Kimberly.
And hi, it's Kimberly Kiefer with the Isla Vista Recreation Park District General Manager. It's really nice to be here. Welcome. Thank you. Sorry we're a little late.
Oh, great. Great to have you both of you here, Luis and Kimberly. Thank you so much. Have I missed anybody in the introductions? I think we have everyone. Perfect. So since that introduction was really more focused on, which I really loved, everybody speaking a little bit about their organization, but I wanted to just open the floor if any of you have announcements to make as part of your intro period. And so if you'd like to raise your hand, if you have anything else that you would like to do as far as a quick announcement. Okay, fabulous. Oh, yes, Demi, please.
Thank you. It took me a minute to find where the raise hand function was, but I just wanted to say really quickly that Danielle, who's on this call, I know she cut off earlier, but she's interning with us at the St. George Youth Center, and she's working with the coalition that I coordinate. And we are currently working on a project that we are hoping to have completed by the end of this month. We're creating essentially a resource guide that's going to be for now just on paper, but hopefully we can do an online version as well. But we're trying to create a resource guide specifically for youth and families in Isla Vista. To our knowledge, there has been a lot of different types of lists of resources and things out there, but those tend to be a little more broad. A lot of them are also focused more on college students because UCSB has put out tons of great materials like that. So we just kind of saw a need for something targeted specifically for families and for youth. So that's something that Danielle has been working with another intern on, and we're really excited to get that project going so that our families here can have just an easy guide to show them all of the different resources that we have in Isla Vista, as well as some maybe throughout other parts of the county, but things that we're trying to keep very accessible, and we're trying to make it as comprehensive as we can. So I just wanted to kind of announce that so that everyone kind of puts that on their radar, and hopefully once we get that completed, that's something that we're going to be able to distribute out to some of our community partners and have available for community events and things like that. So we'll keep you guys updated once we actually complete it, but we hope to have those ready for, I'm sure Luis will probably mention it, but the children's park block party that's happening at the end of this month, we're going to be tabling there. So we should have them completed, and we're very happy to put something out like this for our families. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Demi. That's great. Just so that you know that we maintain Isla Vista Community Resource Guide on the Perdal Center website. So whenever you all have that completed, we would love to link that up so that we can direct people to that resource as well.
Yes, we had referenced that actually. So we've been trying to use what's out there and then just again tailoring it a little bit more. So yes, I'll definitely keep you updated. That would be great.
That's wonderful. And we're actually going to be updating ours as well, and also putting it in the categories of, serving specific communities. So we should definitely connect around that. So thank you very much, Demi. Wonderful. Any other quick announcements or updates or anything you all want to share as part of our introduction period? Okay, great. Then thank you all so much for that. And we will then move on to the rest of the agenda, starting with associated students in Isla Vista. Shannon, would you like to take that away?
Yeah, hi everyone. Can everyone hear me? My laptop overheated. Okay, just checking. Hope everyone's doing well. Jackie, I saw your question in the chat. So Deanna and I have been working together to organize a Deltopia stakeholders meeting, and that's going to be on the 25th from the 1st to 2:30. I'll be sending out invites probably tomorrow. However, I am in midterms right now, so I've been really busy. So that's just why it hasn't been sent out. And I guess this is more of an announcement, but the booster clinic is still happening throughout the whole month of February on Tuesdays and Fridays. To register, go to myturn.ca.gov. They're doing the booster, any shot you want of the COVID vaccine you can get there. So booster, first, second, any of the three. Then what we're working on, it's been a lot of Deltopia planning. So if anyone is doing anything for Deltopia, please bring that to me. As well as program board is working on figuring out if they're doing their concert in person or in, or not in person, sorry, inside or outside, or the timing of that. So I don't have any concrete updates on what their plans for their concert is that weekend. I'm kind of waiting for them to figure out with the university and our event guidelines. We're also looking to do some community events. We're working right now with the Parks Department and the co-op. With the Parks Department, we're working on an open market for April, and then with the co-op, we are working on some food-related events. And Lisa and Nancy, I think, should be sending over some of the stuff for that soon. What else is going on with us? Sorry, I had to move because my laptop got shut down and I couldn't pull anything up in time.
No worries at all. And
Yeah,
I want to
besides
Shannon, what you were talking about the stakeholders meeting, just for folks that are not familiar, every year at some point in the process in preparation for Deltopia, we host, usually in collaboration with Student Affairs, a stakeholders meeting of campus and community folks who are either planning something or who will be interested in understanding better what is being planned for Deltopia. And so that's the meeting that Shannon was referencing for Friday, the
25th.
The 25th. And so we do have a list of folks that will be invited, but if you have not usually been part of those meetings and would like to be involved, please do let Shannon or I know, and we'll extend that invitation to you as well. And back to you, Shannon.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you just drop it in the chat, I'll write it down in my notes. So I make sure you're there. What else is going on in AS? I know IVCRC is here, but EAB is collabing to have, I think, the Pardal Carnival with them on that same weekend as Earth Day, their Earth Festival. So I'll leave that for Bella. Sorry, I'm like totally all over the place right now. Besides that, I think Associated Students is ramping up events again, just because we have new guidelines from the university and we just got back to in-person learning. So things are changing. I think a lot more of the stuff will be going on in the spring. Yeah, I'll pass it to Bella.
Hi, so I wasn't really prepared to present anything today, but we're up to right now. So with Pardal Carnival, the event date is tentatively set for April 24th. So yeah, that same weekend is Earth Day. But that all depends on whether or not we can actually book the Ferris wheel for that weekend. And then we're also working on right now a Spread the Love event for Valentine's Day, where we'll basically be giving out gift cards and to the grocery stores and things like that to IV residents. Mostly we're targeting non-students, just so that they can buy themselves a meal for Valentine's Day. If anyone has any questions, I can try and answer them, but that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Shannon and Bella. Are there any questions for AS at this point? Perfect. Thank you both. And just to also answer the second part of that answer to the question from Jackie about discussing Deltopia, I do plan to put it on the agenda for the IVCN's next meeting, so that we will have an overall, ability to discuss and get updates on what's happening for Deltopia.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And so we've got a couple of people that have added their names to the chat who would like to be in that Deltopia stakeholders meeting. So thank you for that. Perfect. So in that regard, then moving on to the next part of the agenda, we have the Ivy Recreation and Park District. So Luis and Kimberly, would you like to take that?
Hi, this is Luis again, Recreation Coordinator for the Isla Vista Rec and Park District. A few updates. At the end of this month, February 26th, we're going to be hosting our children's block party at Children's Park to celebrate the statewide program grant that we received back in December. This is a free community event. Everybody is invited. We'll have some free food, some churros, some tacos, some hamburgers. We'll have some music. We'll have some special guest speakers. And then we'll also have some free activities and games. We'll have UCSB Recreations bring in their rock climbing wall and their archery arcade, and we'll have a bounce house and some other arts and craft activities, as well as some organizations and IV tabling at the event. So that'll be February 26th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. At Children's Park. We hope everyone can join us. We also are putting together for February 22nd a Black History Month event. We're working with a local band and resident KCSB DJ, Isla, as well as the Black Student Development at UCSB to kind of put together this event, which will feature music. We'll have an open mic poetry session. We'll also be doing some free snacks and a movie screening as well at the event. So that's gonna be February 22nd. That's a Tuesday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that'll be at Little Acorn Park. We're still looking for people to collaborate. If you want to be part of the planning committee, feel free to reach out to myself. I can put my email in the chat, and you guys can. We're still very much in the kind of preliminary planning stages. This kind of came together over the last couple of weeks, so we're working hard to kind of get it off the ground. But we're looking forward to have this open event, and hope all of you can join us, and we'll circulate a flyer with the Ivcn email as well, so everybody can have that information. We are also hosting, in collaboration with UCSB Recreation, some pop-up rec events. So the first one will be this Saturday at Little Acorn Park from 11 to 2. We'll be doing some foam archery at Little Acorn Park. It is free. You can pre-register if you'd like, but it is free. We are accepting walk-ups. And then on the 26th, again at Little Acorn Park, we'll be hosting some free world dance classes that begin at 11. From 11, there'll be two sessions, 11 a.m. to 11:45, and then 12 to 12:45. And we did a couple of these pop-up events in the winter time, in fall quarter with UCSB, and they were a big hit. And we'll be continuing doing more in the spring as well. So we have some on the calendar for then. So really excited, happy to be working with UCSB Rec to do these collaborative events with them, to provide some fun, free recreation opportunities for the community. We also are park rentals. I know everyone's back. A lot of people are getting back into town, and we're seeing an uptick in park rentals. And we would just request that people please contact our office if you're looking to rent any of our parks. You can visit our website, ivparks.org, and you can download a park rental application to submit. And then you can also feel free to reach out to the general IVRPD at ivparks.org email if you want to talk about an event. We're getting a lot of requests. Parks are filling up. I know during the pandemic, there were we kind of relaxed on our park rentals, and some people have been kind of hosting events, but now we are giving priority, prioritizing those who are submitting applications, as we are now kind of getting this huge influx of park rentals. So please feel free to reach out. Happy to assist those. And also one more thing we've got on my end, our disc golf, we're doing some disc golf course improvements. We are installing new tee pads, and so we've gone 2 in, and we have 9 holes, so we have 7 to go, but we are making some operational improvements to the disc golf course. So for all of our disc golf fans, I know we held a couple of community meetings at the disc golf course early last year, and kind of COVID kind of paused that, but we're kind of now hitting the ground and starting to do some improvements to the disc golf course, and kind of making sure that we have a great disc golf course people can enjoy outdoors in our parks. And then I'll let Kimberly.
Yeah, thanks, Luis. Great overview. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to acknowledge too our volunteer programs, stewardship programs really starting to kick off. Thank you for those that have been a part of that. Certainly, we've had a lot of active groups that have come out and participated. So 2 announcements on that. One is we're hiring 2 part-time Adopt a Block coordinators to help assist and work with some of the challenges we have with waste in Isla Vista, certainly in our parks and also on our streets. And we are also looking to, increase our volunteer programming scope, where we've been doing a lot of Saturdays, which have been great. But, also interested in doing more weekday afternoons or mornings, depending on people's schedules. So we're hoping by spring, now that some of the COVID restrictions are lifting and students are back, that we'll have a full program of opportunities for people to get involved. We've been doing a lot of renovation also at Anascoyo Park. For those that don't know, every second Thursday of the month we have a board meeting. Starts at 5:30. Please feel free to attend. We're going to be talking about park improvements this evening. As a discussion item, also identifying a bike tour date, and that's something we're excited to get back to, is having our bike tours out in the park and really prioritizing the 5 parks. And yeah, I just wanted to again open up the door if anybody wants to have meetings. We have open office hours. We're more than welcome to schedule that, and hopefully in the next couple months, as restrictions lift, we'll be able to open our office fully with some office hours that people can come and drop by. But please, if you need anything, feel free to reach out or do stop by our office. We're here to support you. And I just want to also say a very warm welcome to Supervisor Hart. It was a real pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much, and your staff. And we're so excited to have you and your team here to work with us collectively. So thanks, everybody. Thank you so much, Gianna.
Yep. And one last thing, just on my list. We are doing a call to artists.
Oh, yes.
We are hosting a spring concert series this April 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. So we'll be doing 4 days of concerts in April. We've got a lot of bands already signed up and registered in our pool of bands, but we're looking for more bands. We're hoping to have 5 to 6 bands each day. So if anybody is interested, I just put my email in the chat. They can email me, or please share my email with any local bands you might know that might be interested in playing. So we're really excited about that. And we did a concert series in the summer, and now we're expanding into the school year. So that's really exciting. So yeah, just want to share that as well.
That is great. Thank you so much, Luis and Kimberly. Are there any questions for Ivy Recreation Park District? Great. It is so exciting to see everything that you all are doing. You really make it feel like great things happening in Isla Vista. Ivy is the place to be. So thank you so much, Ivy RPD. Moving on, next would be the Ivy Community Services District. Spencer, would you like to take that?
Yes, thank you, Deanna. Hi, everyone. So great to be with you this morning. I will give a couple of updates. We've had a lot going on lately. One thing is the way that our budget process works for the CSD. We have what are called program reviews. So we look at all of our existing programs and get a presentation from the staff on those programs of how they're working. And we got one from the Isla Vista Compost Collective. They're doing such great work. I really just wanted to highlight it. Since the program began, they have composted 12.4 metric tons of compost. And that is the equivalent of taking 34,000 vehicle miles traveled, like gone in thin air. And so they're really doing a lot. And right now they serve 580 residents across 132 households. And they are accepting signups. If you know folks who are interested in learning how to compost and having that collection service, they can go to the Isla Vista Compost Collective website and sign up. There's a bit of a wait list right now because the program is very popular, but it's a really cool program. If you're like me and maybe a little bit new to composting, they really try to help residents through it by doing a lot of education about what things go in the bin, what things don't go in the bin. And then if you make a mistake, don't worry, because they sort through all of the compost and then they actually follow up with you and let you know, hey, these are the amount of compost that you collected that we collected from you this week. Here's the things that we found in the pile that weren't supposed to be in there, just for the future. So it's a really cool program, and it really started as a student-led effort that was completely like grassroots. And I think it just in many ways is like the best example of really a student-led program in Isla Vista that has made so much change. So I just wanted to highlight that because it was a great item we had at our board. Another things going on this month, look out for the mobility survey that is going to be launched by the district as part of the Isla Vista transportation and mobility process. It'll have a ton of different questions about how people get around in transportation in Isla Vista. And when it comes up, would appreciate if everyone could share and help us get the responses to really have a robust public input process. The results of all of this are going to make Isla Vista more competitive for getting grants to make improvements to the infrastructure that are all around transportation and mobility. So it's a super important thing. And as part of that, we are actually hiring an outreach coordinator for the Isla Vista mobility plan. And I will put the job description and information for that in the chat. But the deadline for that is coming up, I think, in like 3 or 4 days. So kind of a quick turnaround, but it is still open right now. One really cool new program that's happening, you've heard about the Goleta Valley Library bookmobile that comes out to Isla Vista a number of days a week. And at the community center site on Tuesdays now from 1:30 to 4, there is going to be, we've started the Book on Wheels Cafe partnership. And so there's free coffee, tea, snacks, areas to sit and hang out and enjoy a good book. I've gone and checked out the offerings that they have, and there's really something for everyone. You know, there's something for young adults, there's something for youth and families at all different reading levels. So it's a really cool thing. And that bookmobile is all around Isla Vista too, in other areas as well. So definitely encourage you to check that out. I want to give an update on the Isla Vista Community Festival that the CSD has been working on. As someone was mentioning Deltopia earlier and just all the coordinating efforts around it, I really think that we're at an inflection point with Deltopia. The last 2 years, we have seen little to no crowds, largely because of the pandemic. But think about that. That means that there are now 3 generations, if you count the incoming freshman class at UCSB and SBCC right now, that don't know what Deltopia is. They've never experienced one in the same way that many on this call are familiar with. And so we think that we're really at a point where we can change the culture to make it a safer event. And we've really picked up where we left off 2 years ago when we went through this extensive community engagement process to re-envision what do we think would be a good thing for what can we do to make Deltopia safer by making it more organized. And so in December, we put out a request for proposals for event production companies to come into Isla Vista and create an organized alternative event. And we gave an update to our board at our last meeting. We are currently working with one company to design what that event looks like, and really trying to reach out to community partners and let folks know about sort of what the vision is. I'll share the goals that are listed for this event in the request for proposals, because I think they sum it up so succinctly. Provide a safe, healthy, and fun option for community entertainment, community building for Isla Vista, promoting Isla Vista arts and culture, celebration of the positive aspects of the Isla Vista community, support for Isla Vista local businesses, giving Isla Vista the ability to control its own image and narrative, and a local event under the theme of keep it safe, keep it local. And so with that, the goal for the event is really to have it be centered around local bands. We have so many great local artists in our community, and we're not really planning on sort of doing a heavy marketing advertising push for this. We don't really want to do anything that would bring in folks from out of town to say, well, we want to go to this alternative event because we heard about it and there's going to be so much cool music and arts and stuff happening there. We really want it to be something that is kind of spur of the moment. You know, when I was a student, so much of being around Deltopia is just walking around and trying to find something to do. And so we're hoping that people will see the event and naturally sort of want to join in. So there'll be limited marketing. And then in addition to that, there will also be opportunities for people to get water and purchase food from a local food vendor. And so even if you're only passing through the event for a couple of minutes just to use a portable restroom or get some water or hang out at the chill out space that we're going to have there and just take a seat, there's really something for everyone there. And so we're really excited about this, and we're going to have a full proposal coming to the board this month. We don't have a date yet set for the meeting, but we look out for that because it will be coming up this month. And lastly, I want to hand it over to Sydney Kassler from our team to talk about the Isla Vista lighting walk that we have coming up soon.
Thank you, Spencer. Just really quickly, we will be hosting a lighting walk on Wednesday, February 23rd at 6 o'clock, and we are calling for all volunteers. So we'll meet at the Isla Vista Community Center for a brief orientation, and then we'll head out in groups to assigned areas. This is a really great opportunity to document improvements like dim or out street lights, areas that are dark and need more lighting. And we'll document all of this using the See Click Fix app. So we encourage you to bring your cell phones to the event as well. And we'll provide a quick tutorial on that. And this event, as Spencer mentioned, is in line with our Isla Vista Mobility Plan outreach efforts, and it'll directly impact those future improvements. And it's also a really great opportunity for community service hours if you know anyone in search of those. So if you're interested in learning more, please drop your email in the chat and I will follow up with you. Thanks.
Thank you, Spencer and Sydney. Did you have more, Spencer?
That's all that I have, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Perfect. Thank you. I have a question from Jackie. Jackie is raised.
Thanks. Thanks, Spencer. That really does sound exciting. I think I'm not sure if I heard you indicate the date. Would the date for this festival that you're describing be the same date as what might have been or might not have been Deltopia? Same date? Okay.
Yes. And that will be April 2nd. Okay. So it's the Saturday, and our event is planned on taking place between 12:30 and 5:30 p.m. So it'll be over before the 6 p.m. festival noise ordinance kicks in.
Okay. And the other question is, you mentioned Isla Vista Community Festival at the beginning of your check-in. Is that something different? Is that what you're describing? Is that something different, or is that different than the Pardal Festival, or am I confusing everything?
It's kind of a colloquial name that we refer to it as. We haven't settled on the exact title of the name yet, and our event producers kind of help come up with something like that.
So that was the same thing as the festival that may take place on April 2nd.
That's correct.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
But Jackie, that is different though than Pardal Carnival.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Are there any more questions for the IVCSD? Perfect. I did just want to ask you, Spencer, in terms of the Compost Collective, is that currently open just for individuals, not for businesses? I think there's a different program for local businesses. Is that true?
It's a great question. Yeah. So there is a program with Marburg for food scraps collection, which is very similar. Those are the yellow bins that you might have seen at local businesses. And so they can access those services that way. I don't think that we have any businesses enrolled in the program right now. The one thing that I will add to, for those of you interested in the topic of waste, because this is something that the state of California is really making a lot of changes in right now, in terms of, you may have heard that there's a law passed now that all cities and counties are required to have their trash service collect compost or food waste in a way that's environmentally sustainable and supposed to help reduce methane emissions. And Santa Barbara County is, at the county level, is actually very much a leader of that in terms of what they've done at their landfill to have something called a digester, which helps break down the methane emissions before they happen in the food waste. Now, there is an even, I think, better benefit in terms of joining up with the Compost Collective, because the compost is composted here locally at our compost piles at the church sites that we have. And there's no vehicles involved. We have an electric bicycle that goes around and picks everything up. And so there's no trash hauling involved in it.
That's really cool. Thank you, Spencer. And I want to just mention just very quickly also that for the mobility survey, If you haven't already added it to your list, it would be really great to have the Commission on Disability Equality perhaps be part of that process, since they are looking at kind of accessibility issues on campus and off.
That's a really good collaboration idea. I know that I'm sure they've worked closely with Independent Living Resource Center, which I think we're in touch with, but can definitely add them to our list.
That's great. Yeah, I don't know to what extent they have been involved with them, but that would be a great opportunity to collaborate with them. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, any other questions then for IVC? Oh, Rodney, hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, I know that Sophia from the Commission on Disability Equality is interning for you on similar issues. So I would think, I mean, are you not already involving her in this? Or I don't know, just my question, I guess.
Yeah, I can speak to that. Sophia is already very deeply involved in this project. She's actually in the process of reviewing our survey right now. So yeah, she's definitely involved. Thank you for your question.
Awesome, thank you.
Love how those things happen. Wonderful, great, thank you so much. Well, then if there are no more questions for the IBCSD, I don't believe we have anybody from law enforcement with us today. I have not seen anybody pop up. I know that they've been having, of course, a lot of different things that they're taking care of because they're understaffed. So I do know that we have, Shannon, maybe you have, if you're here still, Shannon, maybe you have the name of the new lieutenant. That's really the only thing I know from law enforcement is that there is a new lieutenant for the IV Foot Patrol, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a new lieutenant named Jarrett Morris. He's been working for the county for about, I think, 15-ish years. We got the chance to speak last week. He was still kind of getting like acclimated to working in Isla Vista, but I think he'd be willing to come to one of these meetings. He was super willing to come to a meeting with me and kind of discuss his views on Isla Vista. So I can extend the invite or ask Justin about it.
Wonderful, and I can definitely reach out to him too. Thank you for that update. So, and what was the lieutenant's name again? I'm sorry.
Jarrett Morris.
Jarrett Morris. Okay.
I can, if anyone wants to reach out, I can send his email in the chat. Okay. I'm seeing some nods. I'll get.
And I don't know. I mean, we can ask this. I mean, folks rotate through Isla Vista. Sometimes it feels like just a really fast speed, and I missed this one. I did not realize that we were due for the next round of a lieutenant. Was that, anybody know, was that in keeping with the usual timing, or was that a kind of a deviation from how long the past lieutenant was?
I think you're talking about Juan, what was our previous lieutenant?
Camarena?
Yeah, Camarena, yes. So I think it has been 5 years. 5 years, I think, is the typical time frame, although I think in previous years it's been extended at times. But I think it was 5 years. It's just that we've lost 2 years of our 5 years. And I think he's also running for sheriff.
Sheriff, right.
Which may have prompted the move sooner. I don't know. But I don't think this time frame varied. I just think it caught up with us.
For some reason, I keep thinking there was somebody in between. What, Lieutenant Maxwell?
Can I jump in? So
maybe you're right. So I should just, my bad.
No, this is a good exploration. Go ahead, Spencer. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say his name. I think he served for about a year.
Lieutenant Maxwell. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it's a little blurry. You're right.
And Spencer, he was the person who was a UCSB graduate, correct? Okay. Oh yeah, he came and went sort of during COVID. I guess we all didn't have much interaction with him. Yeah.
That's right. Kirsten mentioned this, I think, a 2-year cycle, usually that can be extended. That sounds right to me too. It's so fast to have someone get familiar with IV and then
just when they get familiar in 2 years, then they're gone. It's really frustrating.
Yeah. We, as always, I think it's really good to think about what ways we want to help to kind of, acculturate folks to this space. And that is actually a question. So we're actually then done with the regular agenda for today, since the law enforcement is not here. The next item would be, of course, just our open forum. And I wanted to just mention one thought that I had and wanted to see if there was interest from our group. We have had so many new folks joining the network, so many new staff in existing organizations. And I'm wondering if perhaps for some of the next agendas, we would like to include a little bit of a spotlight on our Ivcn community members and just really give people an opportunity to go a little bit more in depth into the work that they're doing. I see Lisa's thumbs up already, thank you. Just wondering if that's something that we would like to do. And then of course, if we would like to do that, then I'll be looking at each of you to consider maybe a little sign-up sheet for when you might want to do a spotlight on your organization, and or if you're not part of an organization, but you were part of an office at the university or elsewhere, just an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better and the work that you're doing. Does that sound good to everybody? Great, good, love the nods, thank you. Perfect. Then I think at the next meeting, I will just share a little sign-up sheet, and then folks who wanted to have that spotlight can add themselves. Kind of reminds me of when we used to do the lunches and we would add ourselves to the lunch spreadsheet. So maybe this will have some of that flavor of that. Okay, fantastic. So then the floor is now open for all of us. If there's anything else that is a topic for discussion, like I said, I know that we're going to talk about Deltopia for next month, but it's also very timely. And so if there's any general conversation about Deltopia, welcome that to happen in the space. As Shannon mentioned, we have been also meeting with some of the different folks who are planning things. And of course, a lot of that is still very much in the planning process. I think as usual, it just kind of comes really, really fast on us. So we're still figuring out those details. Go ahead, Spencer.
Yeah, thank you. One idea that I had, I think some have heard the news that there was a critical injury that happened on Del Playa this weekend. It was a motorcycle accident, and really, I think is the culmination of something that a lot of us have been concerned about for a long time, which is just pedestrian and bicycle safety on Del Playa, especially on Friday and Saturday nights. And I'm wondering if maybe that's something that we can have a topic of discussion on. I think it's very timely given the mobility work that IVCSD is doing, and also having a new foot patrol lieutenant who can maybe share some of the safety aspects as well.
Great. That's a great suggestion. And it's something that we can end up kind of getting a little bit buried sometimes. And I think back to the point you were making earlier about all the generations of new students, usually there's such an orientation that happens in those first few weeks when people are on their bikes everywhere trying to figure out how to navigate. And unfortunately, very often that ends up being that you learn by the process of, error. And so we haven't even had that opportunity this time around as much as we have had in the past. Shannon said, I've seen multiple accidents in front of my house on Sábado. It also reminds me that we did not used to have that intersection light on Pradal Road, and what a huge difference I think that has made over these last few years. And so Spencer, you were saying then, how did you frame it? I did not quite capture it the way you said it.
Pedestrian and bicycle safety on Isla Vista streets, particularly I think on Friday and Saturday nights.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you for that. Anything else on people's minds? Oh, and then Lisa Osborne said, the very bad motorcycle crash this week. Does anyone know the condition of the injured motorcycle rider? I do not know.
When I read the article, it said critical condition.
That's terrible. Thank you for that that update, Spencer, and maybe we'll hear some more soon about that. Okay. Were there any other items for discussion? We have about 13 minutes left, but we're also always happy to end things early so that we can gain a little bit more of our time. Thursdays are such busy days. Louise said, can we invite Public Works to the meeting? They used to attend IVCN. Certainly. And Luis, was that with a particular focus on any particular topic or wanting them to present on something, or just for them to be here in attendance?
Just to be in attendance, because before they used to give updates on upcoming projects. You know, I know for a couple of years they were installing sidewalks on some certain streets, and I think also just tying into what Spencer was talking about as far as like pedestrian and bicycle safety. I think that's something that they should know about since the roadways are managed by Public Works.
Great. Wonderful. I will actually extend the invitation to Supervisor Hart to reach out to them so that they could do that as part of the county report out. It seems like that would make sense since that's how they've done it in the past. Great suggestion. Thank you, Luis. Anybody else? Okay, fantastic. Then thank you all so much. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you would like to have something else added to the agenda, or if you want to have something shared with the group. You will be receiving an email I'm forwarding on behalf of Jackie Curda. And Jackie, do you want to take this moment for a plug?
Sure, thank you. Yes, I forgot that I sent that to you. Thank you.
Okay.
So some of you may be aware that fentanyl test strips are considered illegal in Santa Barbara County. They're considered paraphernalia, and as a result, they're not allowed to be distributed. And if found to be used, supposedly there's some legal action to be taken, though thankfully our local law enforcement don't really look for those kinds of incidents. But there is a pending bill in pending legislation to legalize fentanyl test strips. And what Deanna is going to send around is a very easy to use form that you just can push submit. The letter is already created. It automatically goes to whomever your local representative is. And we're really hopeful that the legislature will legalize fentanyl test strips. Some of you may know that they are distributed locally in our community through Pacific Pride Foundation because they have a waiver that allows them to distribute them. Because of their safe injection program, they've been given the right to utilize these fentanyl test strips. Our Gauchos for Recovery program gets a gift of fentanyl test strips from Pacific Pride Foundation. So we slide them into our naloxone kits when we distribute them. But it's clear, and students and community members are very grateful for having these test strips, and they indicate their appreciation. We provide instructions for how to use them. So it's really a necessary safety tool, a harm reduction tool. And we hope that legislation will be passed. So if you wouldn't mind taking a look at the email that comes around and you're willing to do it. So it's real quick. It's just a push of a button, and would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
That is great. Thank you so much for that, Jackie. It really is such an important resource for the community. And I imagine not having to do that workaround anymore to have it funneled through the Pacific Pride Foundation would be just such a huge benefit in so many ways to actually getting those out into the community more effectively. So thank you so much for that. Then is there anything further from anybody? Okay, thank you all so much. We will see you next month. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you soon. Bye.